Channel 2 Action News at 6 p.m. Coverage you can count on.
All new at 6, new numbers show Atlanta's office vacancy rate is staying historically very high. Until there is more hiring, the price to lease space in Atlanta will come down. Channel 2's Justin Farmer found that's not always a bad thing.
John, I spent some time walking through empty offices with some of the leaders in Atlanta commercial real estate to get a report on where we are now, what could be next, and how it affects nearly all of us.
All around town, these space for lease signs are a constant reminder of our economic climate.
Justin, we really have had the perfect storm here.
Just before the bubble burst, developers were building office space all around Atlanta, especially in Buckhead.
Well, the vacancy rate in Atlanta is about 17%, but here in Buckhead, it's about 28%.
There are millions of square feet of office space that look like this, but there is an upside. Class A space is 30% cheaper now, and our workforce is hungry.
That is very big news.
Gregg Simon's job with the Atlanta Development Authority is to woo companies to move to Atlanta from more expensive cities like Boston and San Francisco.
Other cities across the country and globe are envious of what Atlanta has to offer and what Atlanta has accomplished in terms of business recruitments and the corporate headquarters that we have here.
There are some recent wins. The ADA says Novellus, Sony Ericsson, Finland's Chimera, and India's Wipro have all expanded or opened new offices in Atlanta, resulting in new hires and more than 225,000 square feet of leased space. Scott Martin says it reminds him of the early 90s when vacancy rates were at these levels and surrounding businesses were hurting. He saw it all come back quickly then and hopes history repeats itself now.
And it still has a lot of great assets. We just have to work ourselves out of this.
And the ADA says Atlanta has more competition today from Charlotte and others than it did in the 90s. But with our airport and quality of life, he says Atlanta still has an edge in winning those big relocations. Javita.